Welcome back. It is 1683, and the last one our boys became young adults. Cameron's trying to set Annabelle up. Gideon has proposed. Tim and Meredith got rid of Nathaniel. Pullman has decided to go his own way. Lots of things going on. For birthdays, we have Barney Hobard and Enoli Waldrick becoming children, no 13 or 19. Well, poor Barney. He had such a cool name. We have two teenagers, no 7 or 14. Will they get married? Both will. Benjamin Waldrick and Abigail Hobart. Benjamin Waldrick and Abigail Hobart. I was going to be like, wait a second. We have a lot of Abigails. Abigail Johnson. No 3, 9, or 20. I was worried about that for a second because Phineas is supposed to marry her. Pullman and Caleb had no 2, 6, 11, or 15. Ooh, Caleb. Nita has to get at least a 9. She does. And Elizabeth Anderson is rolling for her end of life. 15 more years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Elizabeth Anderson will be dying. Okay. I don't think nobody is having babies right now, but that will change this year. So very excited. Let's hop into the game. Okay, so we are in our main household and he's naked. Okay. But we are taking care of the garden again, just doing our thing and expanding, learning about the crops, taking care of the chickens, all that stuff Phineas is still going to do. But meanwhile, Gideon and Alice are going to get married. So we are going to head out and do that as soon as the time becomes appropriate, you know. We want our Sims to come to the wedding after all. So we are going to be here and we're going to get them married, do a few things, and they are going to have a nice wedding. You know, Gideon is really trying to show off his new status now that he has, like, I think I made him a charity organizer, but I'm thinking some kind of like minister or like some kind of like town official or something. I'm not really sure exactly what the jobs were back then, but something like that where he can kind of gain some status. And he is going to make sure that everybody knows that his wonderful wife and his wonderful life and everything are on full display so that they can see that he is doing well, he is rising in the ranks. So he is going to do that. They're going to get married, they're going to be happy. We're going to be happy for them, even though they are a very tumultuous couple. They are very, like, it's so interesting to me because Phineas is also mean. So it's kind of interesting to see how Gideon and Phineas act differently despite having the same trait, because Phineas still has a really good relationship with Abigail, whereas Gideon and Alice seem to fight like cats and dogs. So we'll see about that. But they are going to get married and they are very happy. We are going to change our last name. We're going to get her pregnant. We're going to do all these things. We have to rule for them. We have to update the family tree. And throw rice and have a feast and all of that stuff. She wants to move in together, which obviously is what we're about to do. And so I'm just going to move in Abigail as well. I'm going to keep them together at first. We're going to keep them together just for now. I think once they start having kids and they start to have too many kids, we are going to have to split up the household. But for right now, we have the four of them, and they can each have two children before the house fills up. So we're going to keep them together for a little bit longer. And we are going to have everybody just do their thing. And he is also kind of collecting money for his charity. So he is gathering that. He's getting to know some people. He is chit-chatting with like Deborah and some people who he kind of used to know, and just kind of getting very minuscule amounts, honestly, but that's okay. He's not very well liked. I tried to look and see who his friends are. He does not have many, so because of that, it is a little harder for him to collect donations. But yeah, he is doing that. He's trying to schmooze, network, all that kind of stuff, and going to try and move forward with raising his status and raising his, I don't know, you know what I mean. I don't know where I'm going with that. I lost my train of thought. But yes, so we are in good shape there, and everyone is feeling pretty good. And we are going to forward here and get this going. Okay, yeah, so he is going to come home now. We're going to come home and we're going to focus on getting them married for real and all of that. So I want that to get done. And then we are going to, yep, we're going to get them pregnant. She is pregnant, first try, excellent. And then we are going to move forward and for some reason, like I had him work from home and it was like, oh, you should work from home and then you should, go to this podium or whatever. And so what we want to do is I wanted to try that out as like a work from home thing, but obviously, there's nothing around here right now because I'm using the empty save file, but I don't think we're going to move forward doing this sort of thing in the future. But it was worth a try. I do want to get him to collect money and stuff. I do, I'm not going to cheat it ahead and stuff. Like I think it's okay if we just wait and do our best to, have things move slowly. It's not going to be easy for him to just rise through the ranks. He's already a level 7 because of his college degree. So he's in good shape. And he doesn't really need a promotion right this second. He is focused on his life and his network and all of that. And so, actually, I got a comment from the person who created the Johnsons and mentioned that Alice was wanted to be a doctor or something. Hold on, let me go look and see what it says. Maybe Phineas can be friends. So Emma Anderson said maybe Phineas can be friends with Alice because when I created her, I was like, oh, she would be a doctor if she lived in modern times. And it'd be nice for Phineas to have someone who has mutual career goals. You're right, except for the part where when I wasn't playing this family, Phineas and Alice got in this big fight and now they hate each other. Yeah, so for right now, Alice is kind of helping Gideon with his stuff, using her skills. But I do think that she would be interested in some of the stuff that goes on with Phineas, but maybe because of their bad relationship, she doesn't feel like she can say anything or doesn't feel comfortable getting involved, or maybe they just don't get along super well. So I do feel bad for them because it is a struggle. And then we are going to over here and we are going to get Phineas and Abigail married. So Phineas and Abigail, are together and are happy, and they're doing much better actually than Gideon and Alice, but we're going to have them get married second. Definitely Gideon did not want to share the limelight with his brother and wanted to get married first because he's older and all that stuff. So that is why Phineas and Abigail are going second. So here they are. He is our patriarch, even though Gideon is technically his older brother, but They're also twins, but also we're not born together. Reincarnation is confusing. So yes, we have the two of them, and Phineas is now married, so we're going to update Abigail as well and work on getting these two families united. And getting their wedding all finished up and happy. So I'm really looking forward to what is going to happen with these guys because it is going to be really something. I am really looking forward to the total chaos that is the four of these Sims because already, Phineas and Gideon have a bad relationship. Phineas and Alice have a bad relationship. Abigail is getting jealous. Alice is getting jealous. It's like crazy, crazy stuff. So I am really excited that it is going to be such a hot mess. And I hope you guys are too, because I know that you want a hot mess just like I do. I think it's going to be great. So we're very excited about this. Yes, we can see Meredith right there is pregnant with Nathaniel's baby because we had to woohoo him so many times to kill him. But yes, so they are doing pretty good there. And yeah, they're just all enjoying. We do not have a restriction on the number of baby tries for Phineas and Abigail because they're our main household, but we do have a restriction on Gideon and Alice. And so what we did there was we rolled the d10, and I was planning on if they rolled a 10, I was going to make it 10 babies instead of 0 because I really do feel like need, we really need to have lots of babies right now. Like we need it because, you know, we're so running low on Sims and our main household and everything. We have these two Sims are really it for us. I mean, we are distantly related to so many other Sims in our save file, but I just feel like this is it. Like these two Sims are our Sims and we need to focus on them. So that is what we're going to go with there. And I am moving forward with that. So I would have made sure that Gideon was going to have children. I was not going to let him not have kids. So that is what happened there. We're going to go home now. We're going to switch back and we're going to try and get Abigail pregnant. So we're going to focus on that as well. So here we are. Let's get them all together. And then, I forgot to mention, oh my gosh, I got totally distracted by everything else. But while at the wedding, you saw Phineas talking a bit with Georgie, one of the new Sims. And so Georgie and Phineas were chatting, and Georgie had mentioned that he heard that Phineas was really good at like making concoctions and all of that stuff, and that it was good because he thought that it was a really nice thing to be doing and all of that. And so he wanted Phineas to kind of be his mentee in a way. So Phineas was like, oh, yeah, I'm really interested in that stuff. And he's like, oh, you should try to be a neuropathy person. But yeah, he was like, oh, you should try and do that. Like, I'll help you out. So that is how Phineas is kind of starting to gain direction in his life, where he's starting to find a career that kind of suits the things that he has been trying to do. So he is looking more into this career opportunity to be an apothecary, and he has to get his diploma in order to do that. So he is focused on making sure that he has the necessary certifications. He's been studying, he's been working hard. Abigail is, cooking meals and helping with the garden and everything, and really trying to do that stuff, while Phineas is focused on trying to start up this career of his. So he is going to start and join the career, and Georgie is going to kind of be someone who helps him out occasionally, kind of mentors him a bit. But yeah, he is trying to help Phineas find a direction, which is really nice. So we're really excited about that. And there we go. He is joining the career, and we are going to move forward with that. So very excited, very happy. And then we are going to head out. So we spent most of our time here with our main household, and that's just something that we're going to be doing more and more of. We're going to be spending more and more time with the main household and expanding that family, but I am still going to finish stories and include stories with some other families. But like, we're going to stop having stories that aren't like kind of connected to our main story. But I'm just kind of filtering out the stories that I've already written in my notes. Also, Meredith just had the baby and she died, and then the baby died. So both of them died due to this scheme of theirs, which I don't know if that's karma, but it's very upsetting. Anyway, so what we have here is Tallulah and Uncas had gotten to know each other a little bit, and they decided to become woohoo partners. Now, Uncas is not looking for anything serious. He is not going to ever fall in love again, but he does have needs. And Tallulah is non-committal, and it's really just kind of a shame for Pullman, who has, kind of thrown away her whole family. Thrown away her whole family, or his whole family, and just kind of done all of that, and then she's not even loyal to him because she's a non-committal sim. She doesn't care. She never saw it as that serious. She's just doing her thing, and he is definitely going to be blindsided when he finds out. But yeah, so what I was trying to say is that we're going to be including stories that are connected to and kind of adjacent to our main household, and kind of phasing out the stories that have nothing to do with our main household. So that's how we're kind of getting into things right now. So yeah, we are then going to head over, and Ninigret and Sakima are going to go on an official date. They are going to be able to get to know each other a little better with their fairy waiter. But yeah, so they are trying to be a little more romantic, get to know each other in that way. Their parents are trying to set them up, invited them out to go do things together, but the two of them are just getting to know each other. They're kind of taking it slow, and honestly, it's like one of those things where you're like, oh yeah, like, I mean, our parents are kind of right. We are really compatible, and this is really nice, except, except, it kind of stinks because it's like, oh, I guess they were right. Who else hates to admit that their parents are right? It's just like the worst. So it's like one of those things. It's like, I know you're right, but I don't like it that you're right. So that is just one of those things. I know that that's like kind of immature, but I mean, come on, we've all thought it. We definitely have all thought about it. So they're just having their date. They're enjoying each other's company. They are happy and excited to be together, and just, like I said, just enjoying. We're not really focused too hard on all of the other stuff, just on each other. Very happy for them in that regard. So then we are going to head out, and we are going to go see our new family. And we do have them who want to get to know Cameron and his family a little bit better. And one of the things is that Cameron and Georgie talked about maybe putting Annabelle with Georgie's son, so about maybe trying to connect their two families. And so that is something that they have kind of focused on, and so they are trying to get the children to get to know each other a little bit better, and get to be in each other's presence and all that stuff, and kind of see where the compatibility lies. And so we're just kind of going together with that for now and seeing how it goes. I do think that they're hoping that something comes of it, but we shall see. So they are going to all be chatting and talking and spending this time together. And then we are going to turn that off because for some reason everyone is suddenly getting illnesses. But yes, so Annabelle and what was his name again? Let me look it up. Kirilu are just chatting, getting to know each other, becoming friends. And actually, it's really interesting. It looks like Georgie and his wife are getting in a big fight over there. And I'm like, why are all of my Sims in relationships getting in fights in this game? Like, is this a new bug where everybody who is in a relationship fights with each other? I do not know what that is about. But we're just going to keep moving forward on that and doing our best. So, I don't know why they're fighting. Maybe they don't have a very good marriage behind closed doors, you know. Maybe it's not as nice as they like to pretend that it is. So that is definitely an option. But the two of the kids are just chatting and hanging out and getting to know each other a little bit, and that's going well. So nothing and difficult there. And then we are going to actually just talk a little bit more with Cameron and his family because Elizabeth is worried that Cameron is just like focusing a lot on Annabelle and her life and her future and everything. And he's just kind of like, well, not really paying as much attention to his own daughter Charity and everything. And so Elizabeth is concerned because obviously she knows about some of the things Charity has gone through. She knows that Charity and things are not doing well because Charity is really close with her mother. And so she's kind of talking to Cameron a little bit and being like, Charity is struggling and you are not focused on our family, like you're focused on everything else. And Cameron's just kind of like, well, Charity kind of made her bed, like he knows about some of that stuff that went on with her and Thomas and everything. Obviously he has his own assumptions about what happened, but like he's like, she made her bed, like she decided to act that way and now she's dealing with the consequences. Like, I don't blame, thanks for being upset about it, blah blah blah. And so Elizabeth is not really getting any backup from him. And then we're just going to update this. Poor Meredith. I don't think she deserved to die. But she's gone now. So then we're going to do our birthday things. So, and also I want to get Phineas and Abigail pregnant. They are not pregnant yet. They did not get pregnant on that first try. But I do want to get them pregnant. I'll have them woohoo a few times until they do. And then for birthdays, we have Barnabas Hobart passing away, and Oli Waldrick becoming a child, Benjamin Waldrick becoming a teenager, Abigail Hobart becoming a teenager, Abigail Johnson, now Hobart, becoming a young adult, Caleb Hobart dying, Meredith Smith dying, Baby Smith dying. So that is all of our birthday stuff. And again, I'm just going to do my best to get Abigail pregnant because that is, one of our main things. It's very important to us in order to get her pregnant. So I want to move forward with that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this part. I'm very excited that we're actually building our family now. And I will catch you in the next one.